What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're having yourselves a great Thursday night. I know I'm getting quite excited, just a few days away from the NFC Championship game between the Eagles and the Commanders. So here tonight, we're going to go over the top matchups for that game. We'll talk about the things you need to know leading up into that game. Their depth charts, injury list, practice squad, the injury report update from today, regular season rankings, what they did in their games in the playoffs, all that stuff. We're going to go over it. But I appreciate all of you taking the time. Not a live video, but still love to hear from you. Leave a comment down below if you're down to talk some birds. NFC Championship style, baby. Let's effing go. Hope you're all ready to run through some walls, and I appreciate you taking the time, hitting that like button, sharing, subscribing, all the things you're doing to support the channel. Cannot thank you enough. Today was supposed to be the day I reapply to get monetized. They told me tomorrow, 11 o'clock at night, is the 23rd. Could have swore today was, but keep me in your prayers. But let's get rocking and rolling here. And this matchup, 3 o'clock on Sunday at the Link. Let's effing go. Then later in the night, we'll find out who our Super Bowl opponent is. I'm ready to run through an effing wall, though. Oh, so close. I can almost taste it. So let's take a look at how both of these teams have fared so far this year. And, you know, the Eagles, obviously, this offense, we know one of the better offenses. You can take the numbers with a grain of salt. The defense, so how vastly they've improved with the points, the total yardage, all that great stuff. Now, last week, wasn't a big fan of giving up, 324 yards to Matthew Stafford. And look, this team, I think, a lot better than last year, obviously. We did get 5 sacks, so you want to get pressure. You want to do our thing. But I really think that this team, they got a couple of fumbles in there and or fumble recoveries. So keep, doing what you can to turn the ball over. Didn't get any interceptions, but let's go out and beat some ass. And then the Commanders, man, they've been quite a crazy surprise there with their offense really humming, not turning the ball over. They do give up some sacks, though. But last week, they took care of the Detroit Lions. We talked about not having a defense, what that could do, and why I wasn't afraid of the Lions. Well, we're not even going to get a chance to see them. And 481 yards the Commanders put up, and, they really did their thing. Now, they didn't allow any sacks in this game. They allowed Jaden Daniels, to really do his thing. 299 yards, 2 touchdowns there. So, dude, obviously, with a rookie quarterback, you got to allow some time for development. But some of these kids, they come out and they're ready to rock. And Jaden Daniels is one of those dudes. So, look, we know numbers, last week's games, whatever it all, just take it all with a grain of salt. This is a new week, a new time. This is for the NFC Championship. So, it's 0-0, and we're ready to go. But we'll talk briefly about all the other stuff with the stats and everything as we talk about these top matchups. But let's take a look at the updated injury report here quick before we get into their rosters. But you can see Dallas Goedert, Cam Jurgens still did not practice today. And look, it's the playoffs, so you want these guys to be healthy. Obviously, being out 2 days in a row is not great. But from what you're hearing from the players, the coaches, kind of sounds like, yeah, they've got injuries, but we're going to give them as much rest as we possibly can. Hopefully, we'll see them tomorrow as limited. But you'll get the game status report tomorrow, who's out, who's questionable, and we'll really know if we need to be concerned or not. But you see A.J. Brown, he was a full participant along with Jalen Hurts, Quinyon Mitchell, Lane Johnson, Josh Sweat. So those guys are all rocking and rolling. Britton Covey's still limited there. We'll see if we take him off of IR this week. And then did not practice was Fred Johnson because of a personal issue there. Now, if, God forbid something happens with Jurgens, you'd have Dickerson there at center. And then you at left guard would probably have Tyler Steen, which they did in practice. We talked about that yesterday. But, hey, it's next man up, but hopeful that tomorrow things have changed. And then for the Commanders, I had to make 2 lists. These were the guys that, were full participants. And then you had a guy resting. Have another guy resting today in Crowder, who was limited. Ben Sinnott, though, was limited, as well as Frankie Louvu and John Bates. So they went from full to limited. So a little change there, but all those guys should be pretty much good to go for this game. Now, here are the actual, injuries to be concerned about that started off with, DMPs and limited. And you can see Sam Cosmi, he's going to be out for this game. He's out for the season. Zach Ertz was a full participant. Great news for them. Clella and Farrell moves up to limited. But Deron Payne and Bobby Wagner still not practicing. Again, veteran players playoffs. Want to keep them healthy. We'll see tomorrow if there's any room for concern there. But Jean-Baptiste and Zacchaeus both still limited. And then Jeff Driscoll was added to the report, did not practice with an illness. So that's what's going on for both of these teams injury-wise. So tomorrow, the game status report, I will have the updated depth charts with it. So you're going to look at the depth chart here. You're going to see what's going on. Here's the Eagles IR. As mentioned, Covey and still Byron Young. Byron Young's last week to come off of IR, or his season is done. I don't really see a reason for him to really be needed, but we'll see. You never know. So there's the rest. N'Kobe Dean, obviously there. Brandon Graham, Van Sumer, and all that stuff. But they will not be on this depth chart here. On the offense, everybody good to go. We'll have the elevations on Saturday. We'll see if they elevate fullback Kari Blossom game again. But Goddard, Juergens, we're going to keep our eyes on that, see what's going down. Then on the defensive side of the ball, it seems like everybody's going to be good to go here. Quinyon Mitchell, big loss last week, so we're hoping he can stay healthy throughout this game. Really going to need him here. And then in the special teams department, you can see everybody healthy, good to go there. I would like to see Covey back so I don't have to watch DeJean back there. DeJean, a couple muffs now. Really don't like that. I know he's a good returner, but I just don't want to see him getting banged up. He's really important on defense. So, hey, we'll see what happens tomorrow in the game status report, and then Saturday with the elevations if anybody gets activated. But here's the practice squad. You can check out the video. I believe yesterday, Nick Muse and Cameron Irving added. So always changes to this, always keeping you up to date with anybody that's added that we haven't seen before. So go check those out. That's what the Eagles practice squad looks like. And I will, again, Saturday, let you know if they make 2 elevations, any elevations, 1 elevation, whatever it is. I'll keep you updated with that with the updated depth chart. And now let's get into the Washington Commanders here. You can see Allen Brown, Cosme is going to be on there, McGee, Owens, Pollard, and then Seibert. So nothing major there. These guys will not be on the depth chart. You see everybody looking good here for their offense. Again, we'll keep you up to date if there's any kind of concerns here. But, right now you're going to have Trent Scott probably at right guard. So we'll see. Looks like Zach Ertz is good to go. So nothing too major. And they have Eckler back now. And on the defensive side of the ball, Deron Payne, a little banged up, as well as Bobby Wagner. We'll see if we need to put any stock into that. But other than that, Jonathan Allen, he hasn't played the Eagles once this year. This will be his first time. So that's a big addition for them. And then you can see the rest of the defense here, what it looks like. Go check out Behind Enemy Lines if you want to see what's different from the last time we saw them. Or you can decide for yourself by looking at it. But they got McCaffrey back there as kick returner, but Eckler is back, so they can always use him rather than McNichols or McCaffrey or whatever. And then you have Crowder and Zacchaeus there. Sorry, still sick as hell. Don't know how, but Lord help me. Now on the Commanders practice squad, you can see if they need to elevate anyone, they've got a few options here. So again, I will let you know that information on Saturday. That's all the information you need to know to decide for yourself who the top matchups are. Let's jump into this, and I'm going to give you my top 13 matchups for this game. Let me know how you feel about it, who your top matchups are, top 3, top 5, top 10, whatever's on your mind. Love to hear from you. But you know how this goes. Don't put too much into the stock of where I have the numbers. I mean, it kind of goes like that, but it goes special teams and then offense or defense and then vice versa. I just like to do it that way. So let's talk about it. Start us off at 13, the return game. So McCaffrey and Crowder, and I meant to make an honorable mention one. Jake Elliott, just hit your effing kicks, please, for the love of God. But the special teams department, love to see somebody step it up here. Last time we saw them, McCaffrey was having some big returns. Let's not have that. Crowder out there. And then for the Eagles, Rodgers and DeJean, they are playmakers. So let's get something done. Maybe you can get Covey back there, punt returner. Somebody take one to the house and let's, break the game open here. Bring it in all 3 phases of the game. But Jake Elliott, too, please, for the love of God, don't miss any extra points, any kicks. We need you here. Going to be a good day, maybe a little windy, but you got this, buddy. Let's effing go. Now, let's start this off with the Eagles offense. The reason I'm doing this is because I feel it's the defense that's going to have a tougher matchup here. They have a good defense, don't get me wrong. But, look, these guys, again, it's a divisional opponent. Don't sleep on anybody. But I'm just saying their offense to me is better than their defense. And last time we saw these guys, I thought – obviously, with C.J. Gardner-Johnson out, Jalen Hurts not there, it was a shit show. But gave up 4 sacks, and that wasn't Jalen Hurts there. Remember, it was Kenny Pickett. So, again, to me, this is going to be a completely different ball game. And, I think we gave up 2 sacks the first time we played him. So let's protect Jalen Hurts. Let's keep him healthy for this one. And let's shut down these guys on the edge and for the run game as well. So looking forward to this matchup. But the best tandem of tackles in the game, let's go out here and punch them right in the mouth. Now, in the middle, we struggled. And the last couple of games here, I have not been, very excited about what they've been doing. So really want to see things cleaned up. But Juergens, obviously banged up. We'll see if he's even available for this game. I'm hopeful that he is. It sounds like he will be, but God forbid something happens. Dickerson will go to center, Steen to left guard there. But they've got Jonathan Allen back now, so Payne and Allen back in action. I really need these guys to bring their A game here and protect Jalen Hurts, get this run game going, do what they need to do as the offensive lineman. It begins in the trenches. So please, for the love of God, get it together here. And I know Stout will do his best to do that for this game. Now at number 10, Dallas Goedert back in action. He was not here last time we played them. And I think, obviously when you get him going, he's one of, the best tight ends in the game. I don't care what anybody says. Obviously, I know he gets hurt sometimes, and I hate that for him. But I think this kid, he obviously still one of the best in the game. So you've got a tough matchup with their linebackers, their safeties, and Chin and Martin here, really damn good safety duo. They're going to be doing what they can in the middle of the field. Let's attack with Dallas Goedert. Whatever we can do to get the ball in his hands, I think will be fantastic for us because, obviously they've got some decent corners now making trades, got young guys stepping up. So obviously, at number 10 or number 9 now, moving into those receivers, you got Lattimore there now. Saner's still really stepping it up out of Michigan. Igbenegany there. He is somebody who, is a serviceable vet. But you need to get Brown and Smith going. Well, I think we can easily do that. And, you've heard it. Oh, Jalen Hurts can't throw, blah, blah, blah. The first time we played him, he had 221 yards. AJ had like 5 for 65, 5 for 61 for Goddard. So it wasn't, off the chain there. But you had Saquon Barkley, running for 146 yards. And, that next time we saw him, again, you have to remember it's a completely different ball game without a Jalen Hurts in there. But Barkley still had 150 yards there. And then in the past game, Kenny Pickett threw for 143, and AJ had 8 for 97 and a touchdown. Devontae had 6 for 51. So it's not like we can't throw on these guys. And, they've been obviously doing all right. But the Detroit Lions did, Goff had over 300 yards there. And, St. Brown had 137 receiving yards. You had Laporta there, tight end, for 50. So it's not like you can't throw it on them. We're going to need Jalen Hurts to be able to do that in this game, going up against this Commanders defense. Again, they can get some pressure. They can get turnovers, and it's any given Sunday in the NFL. So regardless, this defense is ready to play. They're fired up, but they're coming to our house, and they don't know who QB1 is because I've been seeing all the slander. I've been seeing their coaches talking about taking dirty hits to try to win. You guys are pussies. We get it. You're afraid of us, and you can't win fair. So come, bring the refs again, take your dirty shots, but we're about to beat your ass. So Jalen Hurts, go out there, show these fools, oh, he can't throw, then it's, oh, he doesn't run, and oh, it's always something whining and moving the goalposts. Shut the front door. Let's go out here, punch them right in the mouth, and open our door on the road to the Super Bowl, baby. So F the Commanders. But the one way you can do this and make it easier for all those guys we just talked about, run the damn ball. Linemen love it. The other guys will love it. Our receivers, our tight ends, they are willing to block. Let's do that. Now, they've got a damn good linebacker duo. We know Wagner did not practice the last couple of days, but probably going to be healthy. He's an old man River. He's going to need that rest, so it is what it is. Again, we'll look at the game status report for tomorrow. But Luvu, very dirty player. We know he's going to do everything he can to take cheap shots on Saquon and Jalen Hurts because he's a pussy. But regardless of that, we've got to just rise above it, go out, punch him right in the mouth, and do what we do best. Go play some Eagles football here, smash mouth football, run it right down their throats. And that is the key because, again, they kind of stifled them last time we played them. But this is going to be Jalen Hurts at quarterback. Defense is going to have Gardner Johnson. We're going to be fired up. So let's go run the ball, play some good defense, and I think the sky is the limit. Now, our defense going up against their offense, time to go get some effing pressure here. And we talked about it, this team obviously dealing with injuries, dealing with all kinds of shit. We just really it's a bummer that, Brandon Graham is lost for the season, but, we had 5 sacks last week, and I was happy with that. And, last time we saw these guys, going up against, Jaden Daniels, we actually only got 1 sack the last time we played them. And again, when you're missing players and the offense isn't humming, it's a completely different ball game when they're just running the ball, doing things. And, they did have to play catch up a little bit in that last one. And it was our backups. So it is what it is. And we had a few sacks the first time. So let's get back to that. Nolan's been, humming right now, really doing his thing. Sweat and Hunt, that 3-man rotation is really working. Huff still not part of the rotation. Vic Fangio feels comfortable with what he's using, and whatever works, I'm down for it. So let's effing go. Let's get some pressure on these guys. Let's stop the run and put Jaden Daniels in the dirt. And we do that by also attacking right in the middle there. We talked about Trent Scott taking over there for Sam Cosmi, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Milton Williams, hell, Moro Ajomo wants to step it up. Thomas Booker, I don't give a damn who it is. Get in there and wreak some havoc in the middle. Take away their run game. Put some pressure on the quarterback. All begins in the trenches. So if we can win that battle, which I do believe we are the much better team here, we can beat their ass. So let's go out and do that. And then it makes it harder to get to those weapons. And Zach Ertz having a great year here for Jaden Daniels, the Commanders, really providing a blanket for him. But Gardner Johnson, let's play smart. I know last time, you got punched in the face, your helmet flew off, and that got you kicked out of the game. Obviously, that ref was getting paid. They like to cheat against us. They're bitches. Do not give them any reason to do that BS. Please, for the love of God. And Blankenship, keep doing your thing. Try to get some turnovers here. Take away Zach Ertz from this game to the best of your ability. He's still got a lot left in the tank. Got to shut him down. Going to be a great matchup to watch. The linebackers are also going to need to help there as well. But they've got some other weapons. And that first game, we were able to shut down McLaurin. It was beautiful. Oh, yeah, dude, this, that, the other thing. But again, missing C.J. Gardner-Johnson and your offense not being the same brings a whole new ball game. Now, their top receiver had 1 catch for 10 yards first time we played him. Zacchaeus, 1 for 10. Ertz was their leading receiver, 6 catches, 47 yards, had that touchdown that almost brought him back near the end. But their leading receiver was their running back, 8 catches, 89 yards, Austin Eckler. Now, the next time we played them, you talk about what he was able to do without Jalen Hurts, without C.J. Gardner-Johnson in there. 5 catches for 70 yards for Olamide Zacchaeus. You had Terry McLaurin, 5 catches for 60 yards, 2 touchdowns for Zacchaeus, 1 for Terry. Diami Brown had 4 catches for 56 yards. Jaden Daniels threw for 258 yards, 5 touchdowns. That is unacceptable. That's why we've got the defense here as the top matchups, and this matchup in the top 3. So Diami Brown, Olamide Zacchaeus, Jamison Crowder, Luke McCaffrey, and of course, scary Terry McLaurin there. Anything you need to do in it, and if anybody gets banged up, next man up. Rodgers, Ringo, whoever needs to step up, let's effing go. Take away these guys like you did in that first game. No reason. And look, injuries happen, BS calls happen. You got to rise above it. You know what you did in the first game. Let's go out and do that again. And you can make it easier by taking away that run game. And they do like to try to establish that run, make things easier for Jaden Daniels. But let's take that away and make it tougher for them to get the ball to these receivers. And obviously, they'll try to dump it off to Austin Eckler, who is back now. They will try to run with Brian Robinson. McNichols is there. And last time we saw them, Robinson only had 10 carries for 24 yards. So it's not like he was out here, balling. And the first time we played him, he had 63 yards on 16 carries. And he did have a touchdown at the beginning of the game there. But regardless, without Nakobe Dean there, Burks stepped in well last week, the week before, a little bit of struggles. He's not Nakobe Dean, but you got to just hope for the best with him. Maybe Trotter see some action. Didn't at all last time he played special teams. So if Burks can get it done, maybe some just, dime packages where it's just one linebacker. We'll see how they decide to play it, but you got to still be able to take away the run. Zach Bond at an all-pro level in the Defensive Player of the Year talks. You love to see it. Great for him. Go out here, put these guys in the dirt in the run game, but also in that pass game. Watch out for those check downs, the wheel routes, all that BS. Take it away. And then number 1 here, Eagles defense going up against Jaden Daniels here. And obviously this kid going for Rookie of the Year, and rightfully so. And look, I think the kid's phenomenal. We talked about when they drafted him, how pissed off I was. I don't want to see him twice a year, but jokingly, he's a good player. I hate when players I like go to teams I hate. So sucks for him because now he plays the number 1 defense in the league. And yeah, last time he had those 5 touchdowns, 258 yards. That's great. He actually ran 9 carries for 81 yards as well. So kid can do it all. We got to take that away. We need CJ back. We need our fire back. We need the refs to stop cheating as well. But we just need to go put this kid in the dirt. First game, he only had 191 yards, got picked off there, had a touchdown, but held all of his receivers in check. Take away the running backs, the tight ends, all that stuff. Put him in the dirt. He is at the link. It is our house. So no reason this kid should be coming in here and, playing all pretty here. We need to put him in the effing dirt. I won't accept anything less. But that's how I feel about this game. And I think, again, if you make it one-dimensional, this offense for the Eagles should be able to go up against anyone. They've struggled against the run it right down their throat. You can pass the ball on them, too. We know Jalen Hurts can pass. We don't listen to the idiots in the media. So I do think this offense can definitely put up 30-plus points again. We did that with our backup, who scored 33. Now, they scored 36 last time we saw them, 18 the first time. Let's go ahead, and just shut that down right here, right now. 27 would be the halfway point for that. Let's keep them under that. Let's keep them under 20, actually. I think you can keep them to 17 points. Go ahead and put yourself 31. I think this team can handily double-digit beat the Washington Commanders. I just feel that way. I feel confident in them. We were literally beating them with our backups, and they just snuck by and won at the end there. So, look, let the media sleep on us. Let them be obsessed with Jane Daniels. I told you it was coming, and I love to see it, man. I love being the underdog. I love when we're the most hated team. We are always the evil villain, and I love every second of that. Let them keep hating. I'll keep educating. But I love you guys. Hope you're all doing well. Appreciate you taking the time here. If you got anything from this video, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Share this bad boy. Subscribe down below. But if you need anything, doesn't have to be about the birds. You can always reach out. Always here for you guys as you are for me. Hope you're having yourselves a great week. The weekend's coming tomorrow, baby. It's Friday, then Saturday, and then, oh, my God, game day. NFC Championship coming your way. Hope you're ready to run through some walls. Hope to see you tomorrow. I'll have the game status report, who's questionable, who's out. But we'll also have Fan Friday. We're going to be talking live about this game, getting excited, and these walls better be ready, baby. But hope you guys are having a good one. Until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, go Birds!